Well, that was a new public service announcement by the Just Keep Living Foundation, designed to try to bring people together during this coronavirus pandemic. Mathew McConaughey is an Academy Award-winning actor, everybody knows, and the founder of the Just Keep Living Foundation. He joins us tonight. Thanks for being here.
Brett, good to be here.
What made you and your wife do this? What's driving you here?
Well, actually, it was a friend of mine, Roy Spence, here in Austin, and I've been trying to keep my pulse on what's the message, right now as we go through this pandemic. And we started off about staying at home, and then it turned into wear a mask. And, a few weeks ago, about a month ago, I could feel that this united purpose we all have as Americans to beat this enemy and this virus, that purpose got hijacked a bit by partisan politics. And all of a sudden the narrative became, if you want to go to work, you're on the far right. If you don't want to go to work and you want to stay home, you're on the far left. And now even the mask wearing is getting politicized, where if you want to wear a mask, you wear a mask, you're a liberal, and if you don't, you're a conservative. And that's just not true. So this created a false divide, sort of two wars in America, an us versus them war and an us versus the virus war. And, if we try to fight both of those wars, we're going to lose both of them. But if we try to fight the one against the virus, which is the one we should be fighting, then we're going to beat it. So Roy and I got together and said, ourselves and our families, and the nation need an authentic and inspiring message to remind us, let's stay united in our purpose now and beat this virus.
It is interesting that that divide has developed in a partisan way. Obviously, it's an election year, and party politics factors into a lot of things. But Republicans, I think it's fair to say, don't want to see people die. And Democrats, I think it's fair to say, don't want to see the economy falling apart. How do you get that message through in this PSA and what you're doing?
Yeah, well, part of it is saying just that, to remind us that this is not about politics. It's about us, the USA. And we got to take care of each other right now. We have a collective purpose. I mean, how many times do we have are we unanimously convicted of an enemy that we all want to be? And look at how great Americans are when purpose comes to us in a crisis. Look at who we are in World War II. And we have a crisis that came to us. We were united in that purpose. And all of a sudden, the human factor started to get split. And two tribes started to fight each other in partisan politics. And that is not what we need. We need a collection right now. This is a tug of war with the virus. We need all hands on the rope if we're going to beat it. I just want to remind everyone that.
Yeah, and you and your wife have also donated a bunch, meals and laptops for kids in need, and 200,000 face masks to frontline workers. Do you think that that's where this solution comes, from charitable acts from around the country? Do you think the federal government is doing all it can?
Well, I don't know if the federal government's doing all they can. I know they're doing a lot. Look, I think the word is not solution. I don't see a solution right now. We are waiting for science to catch up with us in this predicament. So what can each of us do independently, individually, in our families, in our households, in our communities, in our neighborhoods, in our cities? So act locally. Even this message, this is to the United States of America saying, hey, we're in this together. Now, someone can say, yeah, but it's a worldwide pandemic. Yes, it is. Get the message out in your backyard right now. I don't think these are solutions. I think they're Band-Aids to hold off until science catches up, until there's not 2 patients for every 1 bed like there was in New York, until we see that an asymptomatic person doesn't give it to someone who didn't have it. So we can protect the elderly especially and the younger ones. This is uncharted waters. There's not a playbook. I understand that. And these are Band-Aids and things we need to do to hold this off until we have enough science to understand that, hey, you know what, we think it's safe now to go re-engage. If you are going to re-engage right now, please wear a mask. I haven't heard any science that says that is not a good idea. And I hope we wear a mask as a badge of honor and not something that we feel like somebody told us we had to wear and it takes away our identity. I think wearing a mask is not propaganda. I don't think it's partisanship or politics. I think a mask is all about our purpose right now. Again, us as in the USA, to best beat this virus. It's how we can take care of ourselves and others in the crisis.
Clearly,
everybody look in
your
your backyard.
The coronavirus It doesn't discriminate. The virus doesn't.
It doesn't care who we voted for. No.
Yeah, exactly. I want to end with this. You're a sports fan. You're obviously a University of Texas fan. You're also a Washington Redskins fan.
Yes.
You think sports is coming back?
Well, I know it's coming back. It's a matter of when and how. We know it's coming back. And, are we going to play games without fans in the seats? Are we going to play games with fewer fans in the seats, separated by 6 or so feet? Are we going to come back and fill stadiums? I don't know when that's going to happen, but it will happen again. That's another thing we all need to remember. And let's just do our due diligence until we get there, and then we can go pack the houses again and have 100,000 people watching the great American sport of football.
Hey, Mathew, thanks a lot. Thanks for what you're doing, and we appreciate you coming on.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me, Brett.